Hello everyone, I am Abhishek. Today we are discussing about the basic mathematics, in which we are discussing about the basic maths calculations which are used in physics, but they are part of mathematics, pure mathematics. Okay, so first of all we are talking about quadratic equation here. Let's go with the slides. I am showing you how the quadratic equations are look like and how we can find the value of or roots of quadratic equations. Okay, so as you seen, the slides are there. So in these slides, first of all, these slides are mostly for the class 10th student, those who are moving to the class 11th for the science background. So in this course, first of all, I am discussing about quadratic equations. So in quadratic equations, all of you know about that. The quadratic equations having a x to the power 2, that equation we can say that quadratic equation in general. So if I talking about the equations, see here in this definition, they written that the name quadratic equation comes from the quad. Quad means the meaning of quad is square, because of the variables of a square is x power 2, means the x power 2 is given to you. So in this case we can say that it is a quadratic equation. ऐसे इक्वेशन को quadratic equation बोलते हैं बच्चे, ठीक है. So अगर मैं बोलूँ कि what is linear equation, if I am saying to you what is linear equation, so in this case linear equation is nothing, ax square plus 1 equal to 0. This equation is, we can say that, linear equation. So in linear equation the root is only 1. Root means the value of x is only 1, either any of the value, any of the magnitude is, but the value is only 1. X value is only one value. Okay, in the case of quadratic equation, the value of x will be 2. That's called root of quadratic equation. Further we discuss this thing in the case of alpha and beta also. So in this you see that the highest value of x will be how much, that is 2 here. In cubic equation the highest value of x will be how much, highest power of x will be 3. That is called cubic equations. So because our topic is quadratic equations, so we are generally discussing here about quadratic equation only. So in this part, the first we can say that the ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0 is a quadratic equation format, means this equation is in the form of quadratic equations. So we can find the value of root by this formula, that is x is something root, that is x plus minus root d by 2a. We can say that b plus minus root d by 2a. Here d is the nothing but discriminant. Let's see what is discriminant here. So in this slide you see that the polynomial function with the highest power 2 is called quadratic equations. As I already mentioned to you, the equation of quadratic is this one, the y is equal to ax square plus bx plus c, where equal to 0, then in this case it is a independent functions, or independent equation are not considered as a quadratic. Means if the equation is ax square plus bx plus c equal to 0, then only we can say that it is a quadratic equations. Okay, otherwise it considered as a polynomial equations. So now just before talking to you regarding the roots, so these are the two roots here. First root is alpha. Okay, alpha is minus b plus root d by 2a. Root d is this one, that called discriminant. Okay, b square minus 4ac. And the second root is beta. Beta is equal to minus b minus root d by 2a. Okay, and there is one some important formula are also there. First formula is, that is sum of root, that is alpha plus beta minus b by a. My b is this one, the coefficient of x, and c is the constant value. Okay, and the product of root is, that is alpha into beta is equal to c by a. Questions. So this much of knowledge of quadratic equation is enough for our physics subject. You are able to solve the problem. So now we are going towards the some like graphical approach here. Okay, so in this graph, first of all, this equation is in the format of quadratic, that is y is equal to ax square. So यहाँ पे बच्चे दो पॉइंट है. दो पॉइंट मीन्स मे बी द a value become greater than 0, or maybe the a value become less than 0. If the a value become greater than 0, means magnitude of x square is greater than 0, then the canvas of the graph will be in upward. Okay, and if this is less than 0, then canvas of the graph is in downward direction. Okay, this is the first point. Second point, whenever I am saying to you, if a is smaller, means the value of a is smaller, then canvas is the more broader than previous one. Okay, and if a is larger value, then it is the value will be how much, the narrow one. Okay, see this. Now whenever the equation has constant c, means if this equation y is equal to, that is ax square plus c, something this type of equation are there, then c is the constant here, and constant value will be considered at this point. See this point is the c, and we can say that here there is a 1, c is equal to 1 in this graph. So we can say that c is equal to 1 here. So graph start from at certain distance in y-axis, that is at 1 point. So converse will be how much? That is at 1 point. Here also see this, the converse, the a is less than 0, so converse is in opposite direction but at 0.1. Now, so the graph is completed, roots are completed here, and the equation of quadratic is completed. So we are going towards some numerical approach, how we are solving the numerical and how we are getting the value of roots here. Okay, now here the equation is given to you, that is 10x square minus 27x plus 5 is equal to 0. We have to find the value of alpha and beta, means root here. Okay, so first of all, we are comparing the equation with the general equation of we can say that quadratic equations. So here a is 10, b is minus 27, c is 5. So whenever I find the value of alpha, so already I am giving to you the b plus minus root d by 2a in this both root are there. So just I am putting the value of this all everything, then at last we are getting this value. So x1 is become how much? X1 become, if you take plus value here, so pi by 2. If you take minus value here, among this plus and minus are given to you, so then this become 1 by 5. So one root of this will be 5 by 2 and again second root will be the 1 by 5. This is a very simple question. Similarly, one second question is also there. Suppose the equation is given to you this one. Okay, so in this case, either you solve the equation with the same determinants method, or either you solve with the normal traditional method what we are learning in our school time. So if you multiply this, this 2 and 3 become how much? 6. So we can say that this is 2x square minus 3x minus plus 2x minus 3 is equal to 0. So this is that is, we can say that x is common here. So 2x minus 3 we take here, and plus 1. So here is equal to 2x minus 3 is equal to 0. So x plus 1 is equal to 0 is a one root, and one is 2x minus 3 is equal to 0. So one root become 3 by 2. We can find from here, and another root is equal to minus 1. So see this two root are there, one is minus 1 and one is 3 by 2. So either you solve with this method, the given method in this slides, or either you solve with the traditional method as you want. Then also you are getting the same value. But this method is also very very important, because many of the time the factor of this x will be not found. It means this means the coefficient of x factor is not possible. So that's why we are finding the root alpha and beta, and then we are getting the value of x and y. Simple thing. Okay, now this quadratic part is finished here. We are going towards the next part, that is binomial theorem. This is also a very very important concept here. Okay, just I am giving you the basic idea about binomial theorem. So if I am saying to you, if n is any positive number, negative number, or fractions, x is a real number, means the x part is the x, this is a real number, and n is the any positive or negative or function, such that is x is less than 1, where x lies between minus 1 to plus 1, then according to binomial, they say that know about the format. This format is very important. So n into x plus n into n minus into 2 factorial. 2 factorial is nothing but that is 2 into 1. 3 factorial is nothing but that is 3 into 2 into 1. 4 factorial is nothing but 4 factorial is nothing but 4 is to 2 is to 3 is to 2 is to 1, means they are decaying till 1 value. Okay, so these are n into n minus 1 into this. So these are the basic, consider a breakdown of this 1 plus x power n values. The equations are same here. See this. Okay, where we can say that 1 2 3 n minus 1 is represented as n factorial. This is nothing but n factorial. Okay, it is a n factorial. See this, where 5 factorial is 5 into 4 into 3 into 2 into 1, that is 120, or 10 factorial is equal to 10 into this. In the place of n, if we are substitute minus n, then the value become this one. At the place of this value become minus n. Suppose I am saying to you in the next slide, see this to you. These are the most important point for our physics, because generally this term are used in physics. Okay, so I can say that if x power 1 plus x power n is there, then the n is multiply at this point. See this, n is multiply. If minus n, then also multiply. If this n is, then also n is multiply with x. Here also minus n multiply with this, become 1 plus x. So this 4 formula are important. Generally we are using this much only in physics. Okay, not more than that. That is enough for us, right? Now when we talking about some example here, suppose these are the gravitational question. When we are deriving the equation of gravitation here, there is a 3 to 4 method to change the gravity on the earth surface. So these are the class 11 topic. So in which generally we are using this formula. See this, This is the g into r by r plus h power n. So these are the actually no particle when the particle is at above the earth surface at height h. Suppose satellite is moving above the earth surface at height h. Okay, so these are the generally this point, and this is the radius of earth, and this is the height of the satellite. So in general we are writing this way. So at this point I am taking the common here. Okay, so after taking common we are getting this value. So then this 2 is multiply here and become same. So we can say that g dash is equal to how much? G into 1 minus, that is 2h by r. This is the value. Clear to all of you? So this is a simple value. Okay, now next point we are talking about the arithmetic progression. These are the very important point, because generally many of the series question are also there in physics. So that some charge in sequence, that plus or minus sequence, or some you can say that mass is also kept in like this. So in case of gravitation chapter or in case of electrostatic, mostly this type of condition are used. Okay, so that's why we are understanding this part also. Okay, so arithmetic progression, as student already know in class 10th also they learn this thing. So sequence means the we can say that the number which are in sequence 1 is to 3 is to 5 is to 7. See this here, the common difference are same everywhere. Common difference are 2. Here the common difference are 2. Okay, everywhere the common difference are 2. So we can say that these are the in AP series. Okay, all are in AP series. So general term of AP series become how much? That is A0, A1, A2, A3, A5. Okay, and the we can say that the formula, some formula are there. So you say that A n formula become how much? That is A0 n minus 1 into d, where n is the number of turn, A is the first, A0 is the first term. Okay, and d is the common difference between them. So already written here, A is the first term, n is the number of term here, and d is the common difference. Okay, and A is equal to first term. Clear to you? And common difference, how we are finding common difference here? We are finding common difference by second term minus first term, or third term minus second term. Okay, just next to term we can minus both of the term, and we are getting value. मतलब I can say that to you here, that is कि अगर 4 में से आप 2 को माइनस करोगे तो you are getting 2 value, 6 में से 4 को माइनस करोगे you are getting 2 value, 8 में से not always d is equal to 2, but in this case, in this series d is 2. Okay, now here sum of series, the formula is Sn is equal to this value. This is also very important formula. Suppose one question is there, the sum of series 7, 10, 13, 16, 19, 22, 25 given to you. So they asked to use sum of this series will be what? So now here the first term is A0 here, getting, and the common difference is how much? 3. Everywhere this d is equal to 3 here. So see here, d is equal to 3, and n is equal to how much? N is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 term. Okay, 7 term is there. So we are putting this value, this Sn value, this formula we are applying here. So A0 into An minus the 7 plus 25, last term is 25 here. Okay, so 112 where the value is given to you here. Okay, basic term. Now when we are talking about geometric progression, that is also very important thing, but in the case of geometric progression, the d, that is common ratio, is replaced with r, that is common difference is replaced with r, that is common ratio. Okay, these are the main difference between AP and GP. Means in the first case, in the case of AP, we are finding the common difference by A2 minus A1, but here we are finding common ratio by common ratio is equal to, that is second term by first term by dividing method. Okay, so these are the first term. So common ratio again 2 here, here also 2, and here also 2 common ratio, here also 2 common ratio, here also 2 common ratio. Okay, so similarly here these are the general term of GP. Okay, A is the first term, R is the common ratio. Okay, so in general in this case there is the 2 important factor are there, the very important thing. Okay, majorly these are used in physics. So whenever I am saying to you sum of n term in GP, suppose we are finding the n term in GP, and here the common ratio is less than 1. This is the very important point. If the common ratio less than 1, so we are using this formula. Okay, this is a very important formula. If common ratio is more than 1, then we are using this formula. Okay, for n number of series. Okay, this is the first case. And the for second case, we can say that sum of infinite term in GP. So what about sum of infinite term in GP? So first term is, we are saying r is less than 1, then at that time for infinite term we are using this value, and for greater than this we are using this value. Clear to all of you? Okay, now fine. Now whenever I am talking about the one question here, okay, question is given to this value. So here you see that the 2q is given to you, and q by 3, q by 9, q by 27 given. All these terms are in common ratio, but the first term is not in common ratio. So what I can do here, the 2q is divided into q plus q, means I can separate this q plus q, then this term become a common ratio, means the in GP series, and one Q is separate here. So I can find this is the n infinite number of common series. So I can use this value. Why? Because common ratio become how much? Q by 3 upon Q. Okay, so this is 1 by 3, that is R is less than 1. So that's why we are applying the first rule, not second one. Okay, first rule apply karenge bache. So whenever you apply the first rule, I know about that first term is Q, and this R become how much? 1 by 3 here according to this value. So we are putting here, and then we are getting that is 5 by 2 Q. These are the first this term here. Okay, these are the basic term. So this GP series is also here completed. Now we are going towards some basic algebraic formula. These are also very basic formula are there, and that are mostly used in physics. See here, the first is a plus b whole square. You all of you know about that, a square b square 2ab. Second is a minus b whole square. You just remember this formula, because this formula are very useful in physics. This formula important. Now this formula is mostly important. A minus b, a square minus b square formula, and a plus b whole square formula is important. And one more formula is there, that is this one and this one are important. Although you just remember this formula is important to you. Okay, many a time this formula in this series. The next topic is trigonometric or trigonometric function, we can say that. So trigonometry mein the first important point is angle. What is angle? Angle is equal to how much? The theta, we can say that arc by radius. Suppose this is the point, and we are make a circle here. Okay, and this point is the arc only. Okay, so theta is equal to arc by radius is the formula. So just you know the basic term theta here, and the most important term is this. Now unit theta will be divided into two part. We have a two system here. One is the radian system, and second is the degree, minute, second. So these are the very important thing. So similarly, I can say that 1 degree is equal to 60. 1 degree is equal to 60 minute, and 1 minute is equal to 60 second. And one more thing is that is we can say that 360 is equal to 2 pi. So 180 is equal to how much? That is pi radian. Okay, pi radian, and this is degree. This is an important formula, important values. Okay, now here in the system, we can say that the one right angle triangle is equal to 90 degree, and 1 degree is equal to 60 second. 60 minute, this is minute. Okay, and arc is minute. Okay, and this is, we can say that 1 minute is equal to 60 second. Okay, this is a very important point. And the circular system will be how much? That is 1 radian is equal to pi by 180. Means first point, when you convert the degree into radian, then you multiply with the pi by 180 with the number. Okay, and when we convert second point from the radian into degree, then we multiply 180 by pi. These two formula are very important. Okay, two value are very important. Okay, many a time used. Okay, now here suppose some conversion are given to you. So in this conversion series, we can say that the given degree into they are asking to you to convert into the radian. So suppose 540 is given to you. So 540 into you convert into radian. So multiply with pi by 180 radian. So this 180, this 0 cancel out, and 18 you can say that 3 is 54. So we can say that this is 3 pi radian. Done. Now here 0 cancel out. You can divide with the I think 3 also. Okay, so 7 is 21 and 6. So we can say that 7 pi by 6. If any value is written in pi, then that mostly the value in general are in radian. Okay, we can say that. Here also this is cancel out, divide with 9, 9 2 is 18, and 9 3 is 27, 3 by 2 pi. Correct. So this way we can easily solve the problem. Now when we talking about the measurement of indicating directions. Okay, so for the first quadrant, this is the first quadrant, this is the second quadrant, this is the third quadrant, and this is the fourth quadrant. The first quadrant is start with the 0, then 90, then 180, and then 270, and then 360. These are the very important. This is the, we can say, the rectangular coordinates of the we can say that sign. This in this part there is a all are positive. Here is the sine theta and cosec theta positive. Here is the we can say that tan theta and cot theta positive, and here is the sec theta and that is cos theta positive. Okay, so just next slide also I am discussing the same thing. Okay, so see here, the first quadrant sine is positive, cos is positive, tan is positive, all are positive. Second quadrant only sine is positive, and these two are negative. Third quadrant everything is that is, we can say that cos sine and cos is we can say that negative, and the fourth, the tan is positive. See here, here is the tan theta and cot, here is the sine and cosec theta. Okay, here is all means all positive, all sine, cos, tan, cot, everything is positive here. And in this part we can say that the cos theta and sec theta is positive. Okay. Similarly, we can say that in third quadrant the cos and sec is positive here. Okay. Similarly, next slide is also explaining the same thing. Here the sin and cos are positive and other are negative. Here all are positive, means all sin theta, cos theta and tan theta सारे ही इसमें कोऑर्डिनेट पॉजिटिव होंगे बच्चे. एंड इन दिस पार्ट द टोटल एंगल इज 90 डिग्री. हियर इज अगेन यू 90 एडिंग, सो दिस इज 180. Again you 90 adding, this is 270 degree. Again you add 19, then this is 360 degree. Okay, this is cos and sec positive and tan and cot is positive. So this is basic understanding, because all of the students are already completed this part in class 10. So I am giving you just revision overview. Okay, now next part I am talking about the radian. What is radian? Arc length into radius of the length. That's I previously explained you this thing. Circumference become how much? 2 pi r. Basic thing. A radius of circle become how much? That is 2 pi r by r. Okay, that is a radian in a circle. Now one circle is equal to 2 pi radians, that is 360 degree. Or one radian में the value will be how much? The 180 by pi, that is 180 by 3.14. So we can say that this is 57.3 degree. Okay, these are the value. So this value is mentioned here. Okay, again there is a coordinate and all, so you know this thing. Okay, now these are the very important point which I discuss right now, the trigonometric ratio. Okay, so whenever the angle theta is given to you, so you know this is the perpendicular, this is the hypotenuse and this is the base. By Pythagoras theorem we know the sin theta become how much? That is p by h. Cos theta become how much? That is b by h. And tan theta become p by b. Okay, this ratio value we can say that the formation are given by Pythagoras. Okay, so now when we go to the next point, so we know about the Pythagoras theorem, that is how much? Hypotenuse square is equal to base square plus p square. Okay, so now the first case, actually I want to find the trigonometric formula from here. I want to find the trigonometric identities from here. So in this case we are finding the value of, we can say that first identities. Okay, so I divide this equation with h square both side. When I divide with h square, we are getting this value, and according to the given that previous slides, okay, the sin theta become p by h, cos theta become b by h, and tan theta become p by h. So we know about that this becomes sin square theta, this become cos square theta, and 1. So this is the first identity, sin square theta plus cos square theta is equal to 1. This is the first equation. Second, in the same equation we are deriving with divide with b square. So in this case we can say that p square by b square. मतलब बच्चे अगर आपको इसको इस पूरे इक्वेशन को पाइथागोरस थ्योरम को अगर आप डिवाइड करोगे b स्क्वायर से, then you are getting the this value. Okay, and then in this case this is the one that is 1 plus tan square theta and sec square theta. This is the second equation, second identities, and third identity is this one by the dividing with p square. Okay, now next I am going to the trigonometric identities. Now here again why is the same formula are there, वही formula बच्चे, sin square theta cos square theta 1 plus tan square theta sec square theta and 1 plus cot square theta is equal to cos square theta. The value of theta 90 minus theta, 90 plus theta, 180 plus theta, these are the value. कुछ भी हो सकता है value इनमें से, any one of the value are there. Now whenever I am talking about the commonly used values, so in general this value are commonly used, but in next slide I am giving you the value till 180, because many of the time in physics the value of sin cos tan are used till 180 many of the time. So you just remember this thing. I am giving you one trick also how we can define the value. So as you all know about that, sin 0 0, sin 30 is half, sin 37 is 3 by 5. Already I am giving you the idea about 37 degree also. See this. So if I am saying to this is 5, 3 and 4, so this is 53 degree triangle, and this is one is 90 degree and one is 37 degree. So if you find sin 37, so sin 37 is equal to how much? That is p by h. So this is 3 by 5. So see here sin 37 is 3 by 5. 45 is commonly known value. 53 is also from there only, and 60 and then 90 degree. Okay, so you all know this value, sin cos tan value, just you remember from here, nothing else. Okay, now when I am discussing about the value of trigonometry function, okay, trigonometry function till 180 degree. Okay, see this 0, 30, 45, 60, 90. After 90, see this value and this value are repeated. See this is 2 pi by 3 and this value are repeated. See here, this value are repeated, this value are repeated. Clear to all of you? Okay, now here this also, this value are repeated and this value are repeated. Okay, this value are also repeated. See here. So means whatever the value of at after 90, the value of this side will be repeated. Okay, and the value of this side is also repeated. See here. So nothing else, and the difference between this will be how much? 30. So this side also difference is 30. This side difference is 15. See this, there is also 15 difference. Here is also 15 difference. Here is also 15 difference. So similar things are copying from up and down. So you see here, the trick is says that the value is we can say that repeated. But in the case of first quadrant, because till 180 we are going to second quadrant only. So this is 0 degree, 90 degree. This is 180 degree. So we are in second quadrant. So when we are in second quadrant, only sin theta become positive. So see here, after 90, all value are negative. This cos is negative. Why? Because here is second quadrant. In second quadrant, sin theta become positive. Rest all the value is negative here. See this. This is also negative. Clear? So these are the very basic point. This is also negative. So these are the very basic point. These are the very basic point. Okay. Just you remember this thing. Okay. So why this is negative? Because it is in second quadrant. Okay. Now, whenever I am discussing about the next point, okay, this one, yeah, this is also very important point. When I am talking about sin 90 minus theta become cos theta converted, cos 90 minus theta become sin theta, and a cosec theta, and this value is important. Here, when you plus it, this become changes. Whenever sin is 180 minus theta, the value is same. See this, 180 minus theta is minus cos theta. 180 minus theta minus sec theta. Why? Because 180 minus theta means 180 से आप अंदर जा रहे हैं. अंदर means you see this. आप 180 से बच्चे this side जा रहे हैं, left side में. When you go to the left side, then it become a negative. Clear to all of you? So negative means negative for what? Not for sin theta. Negative for cos, and we can say that negative for, this is negative for cos theta and tan theta. So see here, cos theta value become negative, tan theta become negative. Otherwise, everyone is positive. Okay. Clear to all of you? Simple thing. Just revise the formula. Okay. See here, sin 90, this is positive, all value is positive here, because in sin 90 minus theta, all are positive in this case, all are positive. Clear? Now, next we are talking about some important points. Suppose I am saying to you, the cos is here, the important point is written there, like angle is even multiple of 90, then the number is changing in trigonometry ratio. Means if the angle is multiple of 90, then they are changing here. Okay. And if I am talking about odd multiple of 90, then trigonometry ratio will change. Suppose here, this is the even number of multiple, then cos theta become cos theta only. Simple. And when it is the odd number, then this become cot का 10 हो गया. ठीक है. साइन का कितना हो गया बच्चे? देखो साइन ही है. Why? Because this is the even number multiple. And when you are talking about even number multiple, 10 का देखो 10 है. But अगर थीटा रहेगा तो ये cot theta होगा. Simple. Okay. Now, these are also same. Just I previously mentioned that, but here this part is new. The inverse of cosec theta become sin theta become cosec theta, or cosec theta become sin theta. The sec theta inverse is cos theta, and cot tan theta inverse is cot theta inverse is tan theta. Okay. And these are the very basic kind of formula which I already discussed with you. Okay. Now here also, that triangle, magic triangle, means that is a triangle of 53 and 37. This is the triangle which I am talking about. So when this larger value is 5 and smaller value is 3, this angle is 53, and this value become, so this is the Pythagoras triplets. Means if you squaring this now, 5 square, that is h square, is equal to p square plus b square. So p is how much? Pi square, 4 square plus 3 square. So you see here, this is 25 this side, and 16 plus 9 is also 25. So this is the Pythagoras theorem. By Pythagoras theorem, we can prove that it is a Pythagoras triplets. Okay. So this formula is so this value is very important for you, because many a time this value are used in we can say that numerical. Okay, directly used in numerical, mostly in the NLM part में ये सारे value use होते हैं. ठीक है, Newton's law of motion वाले chapter में. ठीक है. Now when I talking about the next point, so just a second. Yeah, so after this, the next slide is the basic formula. Suppose sin 2a become, that is sin a cos a plus cos a sin a, very important formula. Sin 2a become 2 sin a cos a. This is also one of the formula. Okay. And cos 2a formula, this formula are very important. Just to revise this, remember this formula. Many of time the formula are used directly. Tan 2a formula, that is tan a tan b. We can say tan a tan b 1 minus tan a tan b. Okay. Actually there is tan a tan only written, but if tan a tan b also written, then we can find this formula. Okay. See this tan 2a formula. This is one of the also formula, and sum and difference of formula is sin c minus d become 2 sin c by d by sin c plus d by 2 cos c plus c minus d by 2. Okay. So this formula is also very important. You can easily revise it. Okay. Now whenever I am talking about the trigonometry basic formula sin A plus B, sin A cos B plus cos A sin B. With this formula are important. Okay, sin A minus B becomes sin A cos B minus cos A sin B. Sin A minus B becomes sin A cos A cos B minus sin A sin B. Okay, these are the basic formulas. You just know about this. Now, next point I am talking about. Okay, yeah, these are also the formula of trigonometry only. Just you remember the formula. In this part, nothing is new. Just you remember the formula. Okay, simple thing. Now, these are so. Now we are talking about the new topic, that is logarithm. So in this logarithm, if the function is given to exponential format, means this e to the power x, e to the power x equal to b, or e to the power x is equal to b, then if we take log both sides, then this this a power come to the base, and this b is in the main function, and this x is this side. Okay, this is the format of logarithm. Just you remember the format, nothing else. Okay, suppose example I am saying to you, this is given to you. Okay, that is 2 power 5 is equal to 32. That is 32 given to you. So whenever you take log, okay, whenever you take log this side, then you are getting that the log 2 under the base 32 is there, and this side is 5. Okay, simple thing. So these are the basic, you can say that example here. So these are the value. Suppose second question is I am saying to you 10 power 3. 10 power 3 is equal to 1000, but take log here. So log this 10 become in base point, and this is the 1000, and that is equal to 3. Okay, simple thing. This 3 is going that side. Okay, here the b is going that side. Say this, b is going this side. Understood? No, simple thing. So these are the logarithm. Okay, just you know the formula. This is the formula of logarithm is very similar to the surds and indices. In the surds and indices also in class 8th or 9th, I think so, you are learning this thing. So log a is equal to how much? That is m into n. Log m into n is equal to log m plus log n. See here, one important thing is that base must be same. Means this base part is must be same for both. Okay, so suppose example is given to you, log 10 2 plus log 10 5, then multiply both of them, log 10 and log 10 value become 1. Okay, this is the formula. Okay, now suppose log m by n is given to you, log m by n is given to you, then we can say that what is log m by n? Log m by n is equal to log m minus log n. Okay, so log this value is given to you, then you solve this formula and you are getting value. If the value of log base a m power n is given to you, then n is multiplied in forward direction, this in this part, and this value become look like this. Okay, simple thing. Now some formula are important here. So log a is equal to 1, then log 1 is equal to 0. The value of log 1 is equal to 0. Okay, and log a b is given to you. These are the basic formula. So you can change the base also. Whenever you change the base of log this, then this format become converted into this part, log a base a, log b base b. If you change a or b, then this become in inverse format. Okay, this is the formula. Log m by n, already I discussed the formula to you. Log divider formula I also explained, power formula also explained. Okay, so similarly some formula are there, although this part are mostly not used in physics, and until this part mostly 1 2 3 part is important, third part important, and 4 this one is important, and some log value are also important. Just to remember the basic value of logs. Okay, log 1 log 2 log 3 value like that. So in the log value we can say that log 1 is equal to how much? That is 0. Now log 2 become how much? That is 0.301. Second value, we can say that log 3 become how much? 0.477, approximately this one, and log 4 value become how much? That is 0.602. Fifth part, the log fifth become how much? That is 0.69 around. The value of log 5 become 0.69 around. Okay, and the 6 is log 6 is 0.778. That is seventh part is log 7 value become how much? That is 0.84. Log 8 value become how much? 0.90. Log 9 value is equal to 0.954, and the log 10 value become 1. So these are the basic log value. Just you remember the log value here. These are help you out to solve the problem. Most probably this 1 to 5 log value are generally used. So just to remember in physics, your work will be done by this part also. Okay, now so